Today I'm going to be reskinning the Pete 388. I use the 388 because it's easy to paint the sides. Um, the other vehicles, combines, everything else, they have a totally different setup for repaint and reskinning. And if you just start getting into doing this, this would be one of the easiest ones to do. Anyways, the Pete, or the cat that I did, you don't want to use chrome. The Pete reskinned is going to be the breast cancer Pete. I suggest you download it. You could download it on Trout Stream, and there might be a few other places, but Troutmouth 65, real great streamer. He has it on his hard drive for a while. I don't know if he'll have it on after the month, but anyways, the Pete 388. If you Google it, you'll find it. You could do that one. Same truck. That's the truck I used. The programs you'll need is paint.net. That's the program right now that you're viewing this image on. Zip, 7-Zip is a free program. There's Zip Plus and WinZip and all those others, but I'm going to be using 7-Zip. I don't really have answers for some of those other ones where to get the proper commands to zip and unzip them, but if you've been using it, you know how to do it. Giant Editor, it's a free program. It came with the game on most downloads, and even on a CD, I think. But if not, Google it. You could get the free copy. Notepad++ is another free program. I use that to edit XMLs. You could use your regular Notepad in Windows, but it's a little harder to read. You could use other programs again, like I said, but this is what I'm going to be using. Giant Editor is a very quick way of viewing the work, and that's why I use it. You could use FarmSim to open and close and see where the images are, but that takes forever. As you know, sometimes you sit there waiting a minute to load just to see if the picture is where you want it to be. If you don't have those, Google them, download them, install them. Next, you make yourself a folder, put it on the desktop, just so for now, so you could easy find, easy access. I renamed mine Reskin Pete and Tipper. You can name it whatever you want, but make it easy, and put all your zips, images that you download into that one folder, so that you're not looking all over your computer to find the stuff. Google images, collect a bunch of them, or you could use your home pictures if they're in the computer. Your pets, your family, your friends, your house, your car, whatever. I collected 4 or 5 images for the tipper, and I only used 2, and you basically only need 1 for the tipper if you want same image on both sides. But on here we're going to have multiple spots, so 10 to 15 gives you more of a selection when you get to choosing which ones you're using. Get so that they're about postcard size on your screen out at the smallest. Bigger, you could go as big as you want, as big as they have. The images for the tipper, I decided to start using lower quality or lower. It's not so busy of an image. Like I did the Blackhawks tipper. It had all the faces on there, and when you walk up close to it, it's hard to distinguish the eyes and the mouth and stuff like that. Where on the pink tipper, it was just a few lines and text, so it looked a lot better. But anyway, moving on. These are the warnings I have. Basic warnings is when we're going to be using Giant Editor, or if you use FarmSim to view your images. You don't ever want to save. All we are trying using those to see where the image will show up. and I'm going to leave paint open until basically I'm done, because once you close it, that image is locked solid, where if you leave the paint program open, you could hit the back button and it'll undo whatever you just got done doing, so you could readjust it without having to delete it and then copy, repaste. And let me see, did I do, oh, my keyboard commands. Keyboard commands, I do use Control C, Control X, Control V a lot. I use Control A occasionally, but I have other ways of selecting, and this is more or less when I use, when I rezip the folder and I want to select all that's in the folder. I usually click on the top one, click on and hold down the space key and hit the bottom one, or the control key and hit the bottom one, and it highlights them all. But anyways, a quick note, let me see. Oh, once you, in order to activate the area that you're working with, you need to click on it. Let me see. I'll get it yet. Click on it once, just so it knows that that's the area you're working in. Same with like when you're working in the Explorer, when you're opening up your stuff, you need to click on it so it knows that that's what you want to open. But anyways, second side note: when you rename the zip file, you cannot start with a number. Farm Sim game, it will not recognize a number at the beginning. That's why everything has to start out with a letter, and you cannot have a space in the zip name, so you use the underscore. Um, in order, when you edit a picture and you want to copy and paste just something, you hit your tool up here, your capture. You're gonna put your mouse, like I just want this black line of Control A. You hold down the click on top, hold down the mouse button, drag it across, release, and that's it. Now if I hit Control X, it'll disappear. Control V, and it'll come back. That's cut and paste. Copy will do the same thing as cut, except for it'll leave the stuff there, just make it, a second overlay of the same image that's inside that box. Okay, and that's pretty much it for that. Now, when we're getting to pasting into the program, the DDS files, and I think I forgot to do oh, the paint.net is why you used the program for reading DDS files. That's the only one that will work. It's the main one for the computer. GIMP is more or less a Mac program, but anyways, getting back to this, when you get this message, always keep canvas size. You don't ever want to expand the canvas, because that'll ruin the file, and the XML that reads that image size, because it keeps track of the image size, and by changing the canvas size, you're changing the image size. But pretty much that covers all that. So we get rid of that, get rid of that, uh, get rid of that. The warning, we don't need that. It's going to ask me to save because I did that goofing around with copy paste, and we don't need that. So let's get to opening up. And I decided, after collecting these, like I said, you could use animals, you use cartoons, that's for something else, but I'm just clicking on it so I can move my mouse down. These are the images I got. I decided I'm going to use Disney because I collected enough of them and they kind of look fun. Disney. And of course Santa Claus, this Disney, that Disney, this Santa Claus. We're going to open. Oh, by the way, I'm holding control down after you click your first image that you want. You hold the control on the keyboard, and that'll allow you to select and keep the other ones selected too. And by clicking on it once, it'll go ahead and highlight and So that's what I'm going to capture. If you just, click the wrong one, you decide you don't want that, you go unclick. Now we're going to hit open. We're opening all those images, and as you could see across the top, they're there. Alright, now let's go back and we're going to do the pink Pete 388. We're going to click on it once to highlight it. We're going to go to 7-zip. We're going to go to extract to pink, and it's going to create its own folder up on top. There we go. That's the file. Now we're going to rename it. Get this done right away. And all I am is going to change this last part to holiday. And that's pretty much all you have to do when you rename it. Okay, and the easiest way to find out that this vehicle has been edited is you click on the date modified. Now look back here, 10/10/2015. Oh, that's okay, never mind, don't pay attention. 5/11/2015. That's back closer to probably when somebody edited it. But anyways, the parts we need, that's going to be one that we edit. But let's do this. Go back to and do that one. Now let's go ahead and open up the parts. Okay, there's your pink. It's the body paint 2 DDS file, and that's one we're going to change. So far everything's going well. I got the audio on. Okay, I just did this once earlier and I forgot the audio was off. But anyways, we're going to copy just part of this image because I don't really need to have that in the bottom. So we're going to copy, Control C, and go back to my pink Pete, and we're going to paste. All I do is lower that down here and adjust the size. And now we're going to hit save. Click save. And what you can do is, I'm only going to do this a couple times because I basically got the template right there of where to put everything. But we're going to open up the Pete 388. And there's your one picture that we just put on. If you're happy with where you placed it, you're done with that part of the image. Closing up giants, you don't ever want to save. So let's move on to the next one, next image. We're going to do this. Now if you notice the back, right here, this is the back of the truck, it's backwards. It has to be if you're using text. Otherwise the text will look this way on the truck. It'll look backwards when you're looking at it properly. So you got to reverse it. In order to reverse it, let's go up here. We're going to go to image and flip horizontally. So it really doesn't make any difference on the image, but if it had text in there, you do want to reverse it. So we're going to highlight, collect, Control C, and go up to the image, Control paste, keep canvas size. Now we readjust the image. I'm just getting it down to workable size. Grab the corners and put it in the area. There we go. We got that one. That's going to be the other side picture. Again, we don't really want the Disney down here in the corner, so we're going to just go from there, go up to the tab, copy, paste, move that down to this other side. Okay, now let's hit save. We're going to open up Giant Editor real quick, or as quick as the computer will open it, and we're going to go to the Pete to see what we've done so far. We got the back picture right there. You got the side picture. We got the other side picture. To me, it looks okay so far. So we're going to close. Now let's work on these images in front. We're going to use that, and we're going to just use part of it because it needs to be long and skinny. Copy, paste, let's go about to there, bring that down, and we're going to do the other side. I know, because like I said, we got templates, so I know where to put these, and it's just to help speed up time, and it'll be repetitious if I just keep on opening up stuff and coming back and making the video real long. So we put those two on, we're gonna hit save. Now we'll open Giants. Open, open, open. Now we got the sides. There's that front. There's the other front. Now we got the doors to work on. Don't save. So for the doors, let me see. Oh, I forgot all about that one. Another one. Oh, we could put that on one side. Copy. It's going to be rather small though, but it's fine with me. And this one. Copy. Paste. Don't expand canvas. Shrink it down to workable size to get in the area. Now these doors is where you're going to be starting Giants quite a bit, because you're going to maybe fine tune it a little bit. And we're going to hit save. And we'll open up Giants. Oops, sorry about that. Let me come on a little bit. There we go. It's pretty much our truck. Up, and as I forgot, oh, got a couple things. We're gonna put, let me blow this up a little bit. And move this over here. We got this pink heels. We're gonna put this guy in there. Whoops. I moved the toolbox, I forgot. Whatever. Copy. Paste. Let's make them smaller. Rotate. Put it in the corner. Hit save. Now readjust the screen. Whoops. Too far back. Get you over there. Click that. Click that. color. Instead of pink, we're going to switch it to red. Go over here, get the paint bucket. Whoops, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to adjust tolerance. Tolerance is, okay, this is pink, this is getting close, this is closer to pink than the black is, and so on. So it's going to try and adjust anything that's touching so far. So there we go, there's our red color. Open up Giants Editor. And there's our red. And I chose red because the tipper I made yesterday was green. So red and green to me are more for Christmas. And there's our little Merry Christmas plate. Oh, we gotta do the top. So let's do this. Let's open. This is the one I want to use. We're gonna go ahead and capture. Let's make it there. Copy. Whoops, wrong one. Paste. This is actually the one that you all the time you readjust, try to get an exact right spot because it's on the roof. And if you make it too big, it'll come down and do that weird stretchy thing. But that's normally where I put the side up decal. And let's click on that to turn that off. But before I open up Giants again, let's do this. We are going to change that, and because I already just did the top ornament, it's still in memory. I will just grab that and put that there. Now pink heels, we're gonna put the Santa Claus there. Copy. Paste. I'm gonna put this over this. And save. Now let's go to Giants. Come on, open up. Here we go. We got mud flaps. We got Santa Claus. We got that on top. It's a little crooked. We gotta work on that. If I didn't go too far, I think I did. Oh no. Let's see if we go to this one. And like I said, you hit the back button. I hit it twice. And now we're gonna save. You gotta save before you open Giants Editor, otherwise it won't recognize your adjustment. There we go, that's much better. It's still a little bit off. Still need to move it over here a little bit more. But that's much better than it was earlier. So let's, before we do that, because all I am is going to adjust that top. I'm going to take a screenshot. We're going to use it for the stored EDS file. So just, whoops, get that out of the way. Just by hitting the print screen when you're set for the view that you want, I usually tap it a couple times, it'll do the copy paste of the screens. Okay, now on this one, we're going to unlock it because we need to move it over just a fraction. Okay, and save. Okay, because the memory still has that in information on its whatever in the computer. I'm going to go to new, which actually this is very big because it's 2 monitors it's covering, and we're going to paste in the screenshot. But anyways, here we go. Let's copy that area. Now this is a stored EDS file. This is a picture they use when you buy it. Copy, paste, don't expand. Resize, save, save, and let's close this one down because we don't need that information no more. And basically we're done reskinning. And don't save. Okay, let's edit the XML files now. We're going to hit double click on that or open it up. Let's see if I got all the information there. Okay, we do. We're going to highlight pink. We're going to go up to search, find, replace. Now let's change this to holiday. So whenever I click it to find the next one, or it'll automatically search for the next one, which are the green ones, we're going to hit replace with pink, with holiday, pink with holiday, and change these. And we got all of them in this one. We're going to change the price to 12. Whoops, we already got the one in there. 12, 25, 2015. And that's going to be our price. You could put whatever price you want on there. You could have the $1 if you want on there. And that one's edited. So next is the pink XML Pete, whatever. Do the same thing. We're gonna, whoops, find, replace with holiday, and that one's done. Now, if you never want to fill up the Pete, you change this. Let's slow it down to something different I've never done, and so we just made it so it uses half the amount of fuel that it used before, and it didn't use that much before anyways. That's the only one you got to change on here, are those two names up on top. And let's close that. Let me go through, and I don't see any extra files in there. You click on one, hit Control A, and that's your keyboard command shortcut. We're going to go to 7-zip, and whoops, fell off. We're going to add to Pete zip. We're not going to email, we're going to zip it. So it's doing that. It's making my zip. Okay, why didn't it, where did it go? There it is. Going up to my test map. Copy it there. Now we're gonna not saving this game. We're just using it to see if the vehicle worked the way we wanted it to do, or turned out the way we wanted it to. Let's start. Go to the store. There's our Holiday Pete. There's our price. So let's buy one. Okay, I can't have a Pete without a tipper. That's yesterday's tipper. So we buy one. Now let's take a look at it. We got the mud flaps, the Santa Claus. Unfortunately, we can't get in the other side that easily because the trailer's in the way. Load it up with coal for the bad kids. There must have been a lot of bad kids this year. A lot of coal. Tipper 100,000, and there it shows the 100,000. There's our holiday tipper. That will pretty much end the video. You guys should be able to do something with it now. It's that hard. I see those brakes locked up for quite a while there. But anyways, enjoy. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a good day.